I'm JJ. In this video, I'll discuss how you can apply data science, artificial intelligence, and machine learning routines to real-time data using Python and Deephaven. I'll cover how to interact with data in Deephaven tables using Python methods, how you don't need to worry if the data is static or real-time, and the options available to get started. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. Here I have a Deephaven session up and running. I've already run a script that built and fit a dbScan clustering model using scikit-learn to credit card purchase data stored entirely in Deephaven tables. To do so, I use the learn module. The learn module was built with AI in mind. It allows you to perform gather, compute, scatter operations on data stored in Deephaven tables. To show this, I have a script in the bottom left corner of the screen, which will use the learn module to perform a row-wise addition of a two-column table. When I run the script, we see two new tables pop up in the bottom right. The source table has 2 columns, and the result table has 3. Also, in the console window, you see a NumPy array printed to the console. This NumPy array is actually what I used to perform the row-wise addition. I gathered the table data from the source table into the NumPy array you see there. I then performed the row-wise addition using NumPy, and then I scattered the third row back into the result table. This application isn't particularly exciting, but it does serve as the foundation for which we can build much more powerful and interesting queries. The great thing about the Learn module is that it utilizes Deephaven's incremental table update model so that you don't need to worry about the static or real-time nature of your data. To show this, I have another script that uses all of the same functions and the same everything, except it will do it on a real-time updating table. When I run the code, it still works, and you'll see that the real-time nature of the table causes a single row to be printed every second. If I were to write 2 rows a second, you would see 2 rows printed every second, and so on and so forth. When using the Deephaven Learn module, you don't need to worry about the real-time or static nature of your data, and you get to spend less time as a data janitor and more time as a data scientist. I'd like to circle back to the dbScan clustering model that I talked about earlier. I use this dbScan clustering model to identify fraudulent credit card purchases using 3 anonymized credit card purchase metrics. And the great part about developing that in Deephaven is I can then use the fitted model on a real-time data stream without having to develop my code and worrying too much about the real-time nature of my data. When I run this next script, we'll see some new tables pop up. These tables are applying my fitted dbScan model to credit card purchase data in real time. I can circle over here to my predicted fraud live table, and we'll see new rows incoming every second with both a class and a predicted class column. The class column is either a 0 or a 1, which indicates a valid or fraudulent purchase, and my predicted class column is what my model is telling me about the purchase itself. Additionally, I can perform downstream table operations to determine where my model is getting things right, where my model is getting things wrong, and really how my model performs. Now that I've covered the basics of Deephaven's Learn module and an application that I find interesting, I'd like to wrap up this video by briefly discussing some download options we have available to get started. Our base Docker images don't come stock with any Python AI modules, but we do have images that come with one each. We currently support NLTK, PyTorch, scikit-learn, and TensorFlow, and you can expect that list to grow in the future. Additionally, installing Python modules in a Deephaven installation is easy, and we have documentation for it. So if you're interested in getting started, check out the links in the video description below, and you should be able to get up and running in just a few minutes. Thanks for watching.